Russell Wilson and Sierra's house sold for how much? Nope. Stay tuned. Obviously, selling a house like this is not normal, and it takes a little bit.
It takes some time. This sale took 2 years. It was originally listed at $36 million. It included not just the house, but another parcel to build a home on that sold at what price, Jason? What did it all sell for?
Well, it sold for, that lot just sold for under 10. The house itself sold for a little over 21 million.
Yep.
That is about triple what he paid for it.
Yeah, that's insane. Because he bought it in 2015 for just under $7 million. Wow.
Okay, obviously a $30 million property is a huge portion of Russell Wilson's net worth.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, every agent, right, should treat you. So if you're selling your house, like it's a, whatever you're selling, it could be a $200,000 house, a $500,000 house, a $150,000 condo. That is a big portion of your net worth.
Absolutely.
Right? You deserve to be treated like Russell Wilson. So we're gonna go through several things of how we recommend your agent treats you through this whole process. Okay, what do you think we should start with here?
Well, obviously, I think first is depersonalization.
Okay, that's a huge thing.
Yeah, oh, it's big.
You know, and it's funny about this. So I toured Russell Wilson's house.
Yeah.
Right, did I ever tell you that?
Yeah.
So I toured Russell Wilson's house, and he actually did a really good job of depersonalizing. I can barely say that word, depersonalizing. I can barely say that. So interestingly enough, Russell Wilson, I wanted to help market this property. I reached out to his real estate agent, and I offered to help do some videos because I thought it was a really cool home to help sell, right? So, but the funny thing is, Russell Wilson depersonalized almost the whole house, except he had one of his jerseys in the closet, right? And then he, I don't know if he still is, but he used to be like one of the Nike football players where you could buy a Russell Wilson, he had his own logo and everything. And in his gym, he had a Russell Wilson like gym mat with his big Russell Wilson logo.
Cool though.
So it's kind of cool. So like, if I'm assuming that he may have wanted like a super fan to buy his house, but at the time Russell Wilson had just been traded from Seattle to the Denver Broncos.
Yep.
So some of the fans were leaving his wagon. But you know, the interesting thing is, we were just talking about this, is somebody who did not depersonalize his house was Michael Jordan.
No, he did not.
So Michael Jordan took 12 years. It's his house just, so we're in 2024 right now. After 12 years, he just received an offer. 12 years.
That is insane.
And so, but his house was not depersonalized at all. So like, photo in here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
When you pull up to the gate at Michael Jordan's house,
23.
So depersonalizing worked, I think. So Russell Wilson took 2 years. And again, it takes a long time to sell a property like this.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan took 12 years. So I think there's a lesson of like, even when you're selling your own home and your agent's asking you to depersonalize, somebody teach me how to say this word.
Depersonalize. But what do you mean by depersonalize?
Right, so you're taking down your, like, if you're a celebrity athlete, maybe you think it helps sell your home, right?
It doesn't.
And it really doesn't, because people want to walk into a house and envision themselves. So you're taking down, obviously, photos of you and your family heirlooms of something that might reflect your religious beliefs or anything like that. Like not political. Or political beliefs, all that stuff, regardless of what you think who your buyer might be, all that stuff should come down.
Yeah.
Depersonalized.
Make it like a white glass warm milk.
White glass of warm milk. I don't know what he said, but make it like a white glass warm milk.
Back to the warm milk. Okay, let's talk about marketing. Now, how would we market a home of any caliber, right? From a $100,000 piece of land to a $30 million property. I personally think everything should get the same. If that's a...
You mean the same treatment?
The same treatment, yeah. Like a luxury video of the lifestyle, because that's what you're selling at any property, right? The lifestyle, a video of social media, ads, newspapers, anything and everything. You're doing that to everyone.
Actually a good point, because you might feel like if you're watching this video and you're like, gosh, you know, my house is only worth $325,000. Will I get a good agent to work with me? You deserve that.
Oh yeah.
Right? You deserve, and I know this might be cliche, what do you call it? Like the white glove treatment, or like this treatment that you are selling something that is so important to you, and we already talked about your net worth. So the things that we do, the normal stuff, right? So Chris talked about
photos, videos, social media, postcards, newspapers, ads, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and so that's why, like, okay, we're sitting here with our videographer, right? Hey, Colby. having somebody that either has access to a really great videographer or somebody that and it does cost money, even at every price, that they're gonna hire somebody to do it, because you will see people who cheap out, right? So meaning, like, you ever see an agent take their own photos
with their phone?
How do they look?
Disgusting.
And you see people who don't depersonalize. Yeah. You see people who don't thin out their personal effects.
They don't stage their houses, and they'll say, hey, your house is beautiful the way it is with the sink full. Let me just take some quick photos. But oh wait, I also want 3% commission.
So remember this, and I don't know the person's name. You had a listing appointment, so he was going to help somebody possibly sell their home that had lived in there that had accumulated so much stuff. Oh. What do you remember about that?
It was like a hoarder's house. They were a hoarder. And I felt really bad for the gal. She just really needed help getting everything out and moving. And I told her, I said, hey, we should get everything out. It's probably gonna cost a couple $1,000s, and then we'll paint, put carpet, and then I'll stage it. And you'll probably net 500,000 bucks. And what she told me was another agent came to her door and said, hey, you can sell it as is for $300,000, and you know what? I'll write an offer for it, or I have a client for that. And I was just like, there's so many agents out there, but some people just won't do things the right way or treat you the right way. It's the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. So going back into marketing or selling an extremely high price point home or a unique home, there's different ways to market and to touch potential buyers. So how do you do that? I know you had a $12 million condo that you sold a couple years back. It was beautiful, but what did you do differently?
So, well, I would say first and foremost, the way you want to be treated when you're selling your home isn't that different, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take high quality photos, and it's not with your phone, your personal phone. You're hiring somebody, or you have somebody on staff to do that, right? You're going to do high quality video, right? That will include drone work. That will include really good editing. That will include everything A to Z. So you got a good photo, you got a good video, and then the actual marketing. Chris is going to grab a marketing piece. So the actual, even the paper that you print out on makes a difference. So when you have somebody coming in to look at one of your homes, right? So I would say, like, I wish you guys could feel this. So this home specifically, this is what, $6.5 million house?
Yeah.
Right? And let's show one that's less expensive.
This one is
$1 million. So again, we're in Seattle, so $1 million house is not $1 million house in other
this
locations.
This one is 800,000.
Okay. So so it didn't matter if we're selling a $6.5 million house or an $800,000 townhouse. And again, I know these sound expensive depending on where you live, but you get this same look and feel, right? So it's like the soft touch, the great photos, the edited photos. So again, like the beginning stages, whether it's a $12 million property or a $800,000 condo. I mean, you guys just sold a $250,000 condo and treated the client the exact same way.
Same thing.
I think the bigger difference in a property like this is there is some personalized tours.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So what Russell Wilson's agent did, and she did a great job, I wish she would have done this more times, is she invited groups of us one time to come tour the house.
Yeah.
Right? She did a great job. She made some candy herself, and we got this awesome tour of Russell Wilson's house. I wish she would have done that more often. That's the only thing. So when you have, like when we were selling our $12 million penthouse, is anybody who wanted to see that house. Any tours we did them as often as we could because the homeowner had moved out, but you want that personalized experience on the tour. Sometimes when you're selling, like, you know, we're saying like an $800,000 house, the buyer doesn't necessarily want the agent there.
Yeah. You
want that personalized treatment at the more expensive price point.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Let's talk about our last waterfront listing.
Yeah.
Right. So it was $10 million right down the street here in Kirkland.
Yep.
So we started with doing all the things you talked about. Yeah. But there were a few things we did differently.
We did a lot of things differently. We held open houses, brokers open houses every single day.
So why, like, people, that might seem like overkill, right?
Oh yeah.
It might seem like overkill, but you never know where the buyer's going to come from.
For sure.
Right. So this specific one, remember, so this home had condos nearby.
Yep.
And the owner lived in both condo buildings before he had a bunch of money to build this awesome waterfront house.
Yes.
Right? So you never know who lives nearby. So you want, especially in the summertime when people are on walks and whatnot, that they're walking by and they're like, you know what? you are not only looking for active people, active buyers who are like on Zillow every day, you also want to find that passive person.
Oh yeah. So a quick story, 2 stories. One is regarding the open houses. I remember we were there holding an open house. It was probably at noon, nice summer day. Someone walked by and wanted to come and see it, and it was a $20 million buyer from Montana. Open houses are always, I think, luck of the draw, right? You never know who's gonna walk through. He was looking for 2 condos for his kids, okay? This house was very similar to 2 condos because there was like 2 living units on the top and the bottom floor. So he comes through, $20 million buyer, great prospect. Long story short, he didn't buy that property, but we're staying in touch with him, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, what I take out of that story is like, as much as we talk about, yes, you need to be on social media, right? Yes, you could be in magazines on these higher priced homes. Yes, you could place ads in certain places, but sometimes the buyer that you want at this price point may not be on Instagram as often as we are. They may not be on Facebook as often as we are. So you need to be available, and you know, if you're retired, you might be walking down the street at 11:30 in the morning and see an open house and just walk right in, and that might be the buyer for you. So again, you want to make sure your agent doesn't leave any table, leave everything open for looking at. What's the saying?
Don't leave anything behind. Nope.
Don't leave any leaf unturned.
Don't leave anything to chance.
There's a saying. I don't know what it is.
So another way to give an experience, because you're selling the lifestyle at that price point, right, is what we did for some showings is we'd pick them up at the beach on the boat and we'd drive them through Lake Washington to the back and park it on the dock. One of the highlights of that home was it was actually Kirkland's longest dock, so we sold it that way and then walked it through and shebang.
Shebang.
So a recap on the video is congratulations to Russell Wilson for selling his beautiful house 2 years later. He did great on the sale, but the main point of this is no matter what price point your home is at when you're selling, you should always get treated the same.
Luxury is not just a price point, it's an experience. Ding. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in the Seattle area, we would love to be your agents of choice.
Yep, because luxury is not a price point, it's an experience.
Ding.
And we're going to cross our arms.
This is it.
Do the same on the other
I'm gonna
one.
do it with him.
Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth when you come out. Then we're going to power up 20 times.
How do you feel?
So good. Hands up though, hands up.
All of the energy can come up.
No, listen.
Have that expanded level of awareness. Try to stop your energy get activated right away.